posters, morale boosting, acting as campaign agents, and of course, guarding the votes as was the case with the groups like the Power 10, the NRM vigilantes, and others. Our view is that the more successful democracies are those that have shown greater inclination and inclusiveness in the conventional political participation and have very little unconventional political participation. We also hold to the view that whereas unconventional political participation is a recognized form of political participation, the same is only advantageous for single issue politics and is negatively prone to political consumerism and cannot therefore sustain stability, security, or even democracy in our country. This, in our view, explains the state of affairs in countries like Iraq, Libya, Syria, and until recently, when this question was compiled, Egypt. We highlight the above definitions because we believe that they are central to an understanding of why conventional political participation must be broadened and not limited artificially at either end of the adult spectrum. And constitutionally, being run and therefore a state by any persons of ages ranging from 18 years with no limit. Therefore, there is inherent recognition in our constitution that age is no hindrance to good governance of this country. Further flowing from this distinction, Madam Chair, is the implication of the hierarchy of power in the Constitution. In the absence of the President, then the buck falls to the Vice President, appointed as a member of Cabinet, and then the Speaker of Parliament, elected from among the members of Parliament. I was typing there. Therefore, we could have an 18-year-old head of state, or even a 100-year-old head of state. So, again, age as a similar factor is not particularly a hindrance to good and effective governance of the country. We observe that district chairpersons are ultimately accountable to Parliament through the Auditor General. Therefore, the local governments are effectively monitored by Parliament and Executive. So why the superficial age limits then? Evidence across various countries shows that whereas there has been a lower age limit on presidents or heads of state, there have been very minimal and very low age limits on other areas of leadership, including legislation and local government leadership. We have a